of me all that often with everybody because people can be very judgmental. It's very biased, I think, when a lot of people can speak about their other views and other things about religion, but when it comes to believing in God, unless it's like God in the general sense of everybody's God, like not like specific, like I'm talking about, heaven, hell, God, Jesus, all that stuff. And our relationship with God has been very important to me. And I don't like fighting with people, so sometimes I just don't talk about it. And there's like a right time and a wrong time to talk about everything. Um, I don't know, it's just got me through a lot of easy times. And some people will say, well, that's because you were brought up that way. And I guess I was fortunate enough to be brought up that way, but it wasn't like I had a close relationship with God until I would say middle school. Middle school was very hard for me, and because people were just mean for no reason. So I was at the house by myself and wanted to kill myself. That's not even funny, but I just laugh in awkward situations. But I just felt like God told me not to do it. Like I heard this overwhelming voice like, no, you're not supposed to do that. And some people could say that that's your conscience, but I can tell the difference between my conscience and God. Because my conscience like sounds like my voice. And I also will ask, like now, if I'm ever confused, if it's myself or if it's God. And people are like one of my friends was like, you shouldn't tell people that because they might think you're crazy. And I really don't care because I know that I'm not crazy. I've been fortunate enough to have like my whole family has been very blessed. We've all encountered different miracles. Like my aunt, even though she actually is not Christian, she believes in the general, I don't know, like kind of find out when you get there kind of thing. From the last I heard. um, I think that's just a part of society, though. Like, I think a lot of people believe the things they do because it's fitting for them. It works for them. But just because it works for you doesn't mean it's true. And, like, that's not judgmental to say that. That's, like, fact. Like, if I say, um, I I want to believe that my color hair is blonde. It wouldn't be rude to say, no, your hair is not blonde. Because it's not. Right now, it's brunette. So, I don't know. But yeah, she was fortunate enough to go through a miracle, and many of my family have gone through miracles and have seen evil. And what's really weird to me, and like I don't understand, is a lot of people believe in the devil. But those people that believe in the devil don't all believe in God. So it's like if there's the evil power, there's the good power. And why can't that be God? And you go on theories and different things and like what's before this, before this, before this. No matter what you believe in, there's always a starting point. And there's nothing before the starting point of, whatever. So if there was a God, he just existed. And that's just like if you're into science, you think like a big bang caused the earth. Well, like what happened before that? It's just all questions, and we're all very close in DNA, and I feel like that's because we're all made by God. I believe in science, and I believe in different theories, but at the end of the day, like, this isn't a philosophy for me. Like, nobody can change my mind. Like, I know. I just know. And a lot of people are like, well, what about all the other people with different gods? And it's like, okay, if there was a God and people didn't believe in him, don't you think people might make up other beliefs to fit their needs? Like, how does Christianity really fit my need in this society? Like, people dislike different things that it says in the Bible, because it does say things that I'm not even okay with. And when I read that, I used to just believe in God and not be very Bible based. But now that I've, I guess, developed more in my life, I realize that that's important. And when I see things that I don't like, I'm like, why does it say this? You know, God, what are you trying to say? Like, what is the purpose of this? And I always end up getting an answer. And so when I thought, like, this was this way, like, it says, no, that's not really what I was saying. Or, in different conditions, like, that's not what I was saying. Like, a sin is a sin. And different sins that it mentions, it doesn't mean you're going to go to hell. You know, everybody sins, like, every single day. And the important part is to ask for forgiveness for those sins when you come to God. And that's why we have free will, to come to God when we believe in God, because it is that easy. It's a choice of to believe or to not believe. And I can't deny different things I've experienced to just be my mind or a coincidence. And then there's even Christians that don't even get it right, or different religious people, I should just say followers of Jesus, because it doesn't matter what you labeled. A lot of the different categories believe in this similar, or pretty much the same thing, but they're different views. So, but even in that, people still get stuff wrong. Like, I can talk to another Christian or another follower of Jesus and have different views, and that's okay, because what it's about is what you get from the Bible. And I see things online all the time that different people write, and it's not even true. It's not even in the Bible. And I'm like, have you even read the Bible? And when I have talked to people that have been like, I've read the whole Bible, they know less than I do. They can't make like a single quote about the Bible. Like a very little, if any. And I'm just like, you're not really reading it. You're reading it in the context, like, if you read it from beginning to end, it's going to be boring. It's meant to be read from different areas. Like, whatever works for you. Studying chapters is important. That's good to do. But, you know, like, a daily devotional is good. Like, it's living. The Bible is, like, the living word, which means you're supposed to get something different out of, like, the same thing sometimes. So, I don't know, it's really important to share, and I don't know if I did it in the right way. But, yeah, I just see a lot more things about, bashing, categories like that, and I can understand when things are represented the wrong way. Just because, one follower of God does something the wrong way doesn't mean we all do that. Like, I love all different kinds of people. I am not like, oh, you're gay, you need to be cured. No, I don't believe that. I believe that a sin is a sin. And if that is a sin, I don't really agree that that should be a sin, but if that is a sin, it's a sin. Just like every other sin. And you ask for forgiveness for your sin. And also, there is a part in the Bible. I cannot tell you the exact place. I can look it up. I've definitely posted it before on my Facebook. But there's a part in the Bible that says, when there is love, there is no sin in love. So to me, that means if you love somebody, it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, transsexual, whatever. There is no sin in that love. But when it's just, when there's not love in there, yes, it's sin. But that's sin for straight people too. So, I mean, God's more love than anything else. That's like, I'm pretty sure the main thing he talks about. Yes, he talks about vengeance and other things that are not nice to hear. I wouldn't believe in this if it wasn't real. I believe in it because I was called to being a Christian. And I've experienced miracles in the presence of God and the Holy Spirit. And I can't deny that. And if that makes me sound crazy, well, then you just don't understand the relationship I have with God, because it's not crazy. Yes, any other person that's close to God and they've experienced this, I'm sure many of them actually have. Because it is sad, because some people will go through their whole lives not experience the Holy Spirit. And it's just about, the Bible is for you. You're not supposed to put those judgments onto other people. You're supposed to help out people. You can tell somebody when they're wrong in a non-judgmental way. And if you're doing that for the better of them, then it's okay. But if you're doing that and judging them, that's not okay. And God will tell you. Like, when I had a philosophy class, the philosophy teacher obviously did not believe in God. I don't remember what he was. I'm not sure, so I don't want to say and be wrong, but he actually didn't believe it, and the way he talked about it was just like, okay, and it made me mad, but God told me to be quiet. Don't say anything, because sometimes it doesn't matter if you say things. If you say them when God doesn't want you to, it's not going to get through to the person. And I'm not saying that it just, when you talk to people, when God tells you to, it's going to get to them right away. But there's just certain times when their doors are completely closed. They've already made up their mind. So in that point of their lives, it's not the time. And for many people listening to me right now, might be like, this girl's crazy. It's probably just not your time. But if you want to actually know about it, if you want to actually say things, I guess, against it and challenge it, read the Bible. Because that's where the facts are in it. No other reference matters. Like, yes, it's good to talk to different Christians and grow and, but when I see anybody referring to things that different people have said and they refer it to as facts, it's like, that's not a good reference. The only reference you should be using as factual is the Bible. And there is ridiculous things that are hard to believe in the Bible. So, why do I believe it? I believe it because of my relationship with God. I've had experiences. I've prayed for things that's come true. And, not every prayer comes true. And not every time you have God, your life is easy. In fact, a lot of times it's not. I have been very fortunate with a loving family, and I really can't complain. But I'm just saying that you don't always have everything. It's not like a magical thing that's going to make you happy all the time. But it helps. And it helps in difficult times. And feel like if in middle school I didn't have God, I probably would be dead. Sooner than later. I mean, we're all gonna die, but I feel like we all have a purpose. And whether you believe in that or not, you should at least believe that we all have a purpose on this earth. Otherwise, why would we be made? We have a purpose to do something. We're not made pointlessly. We're made to make a difference. And I think we're made throughout all of our free will to get along as much as we can. And you're always going to find somebody that you don't get along with, but you should always be trying to spread the love. And I just could go on and on. This is probably a cluster. I shouldn't really say that, but a cluster stuff. But I just hate when I hear, "Oh, you're a Christian? You don't do this, this, and this." No, I don't do that. Those crazy people do that. Like, when different people say, "Well, Christians do this and this." No, that's just those people. I don't care if you have piercings. I don't care if you have tattoos. I don't care what you look like. I will give everybody the benefit of the doubt. Now, I am good at reading people. So, some people I can read and I can just tell that they're not a good person. So those people get, I guess, less of a benefit. And I still give them the benefit of the doubt, but usually when that happens, people prove me right. And I'm just like... But I don't know. I've just seen a lot of controversy stuff about it, and I just wanted to speak my piece about it and say, if you want to make fun of it, challenge it, look at the facts. And people try to say, let's get science to prove it. No. You don't get science to prove history. You look at what people have said, and you read documents. So that's what you do when figuring out if it's real or not, or to disprove it, or whatever you want to do with it. But just spreading around facts that aren't true is stupid. Because I've seen posts and I've been like, it doesn't say that anywhere in the Bible. At least not that I have read. And then I usually ask, oh, where does this say that? Because I have not read the whole Bible from back to front. I read it very randomly, but I read it daily. And I feel like you get more out of that than just reading it like a book. It's not supposed to be just a book you read. Alright, well, I'm gonna go because, yeah, I think that's all I can say, and I want to talk more about it later. And if you want to make any reply videos about different things you believe, I think I'm going to start doing videos of different people's beliefs. Because it is very interesting. But this isn't just a philosophy. This is real. Alright. Love you all. Bye.